Like, damn, dog. I only got like, that's probably up high. And you got that might be good. But I only got 17% on my battery, dude. I just picked it up. It had 48%. I'm like, where the other 31% go? But you know, we in the truck right now, down here by the water. Yeah, I'll show you the water. Down here under the bridges. Man, God been showing out with the clouds, bro. Like, look at the clouds. Freaking immaculate. Like, amazing. But yeah, anyway, so a couple different things for today's video. A couple different things for today's video is to read a couple things that I wrote earlier this morning, because I was gonna post them on my Instagram story just to have something, because I've been doing affirmations for different chakras randomly. Today I was affirming the third eye, but it's so earlier this week, right, I was talking to my AG, and it was about me getting this picture, my prom picture, right, which I do have a photo screenshot of now. But I gave one to my mom had one, my dad had one, and my aunt had one, right? I had seen the one once before in my mom's house, like sometime like last year or a couple years ago, right? So I was hoping that she still had it. I asked her months ago, I want to say something like in the month when Memorial Day happened, and she was like, yeah, she don't know where it was, and you know, she didn't go looking for it basically. So I asked my aunt. My aunt invited me over to help her go through some papers and found some old pictures, but in the batch of stuff that we got to, didn't come across my prom photo. So I asked my dad, right? Asked my dad about the prom picture. He said he don't know where it is exactly. He said it might be downstairs in his basement at the time, with my prom picture, with my prom dress and like my cap and gown and my cords or whatever. It might be down in this tote that's down there. Now the problem that my AG had with that was the fact that my dad just moved, and he told me that he left that tote down in the basement. He took all his other stuff but left that tote down in the basement, is what he told me, right? I don't know. And he was missing some other documents. He was missing like his birth certificate and, you know, Social Security, stuff like that. So I think he went back to the house and he found those things. I'm not sure if he got the tote that had my stuff in it. And she was like, you need to ask him and see if he went back and got that too. Cause like it didn't sit well with me, right? I'm like, as big of a deal as everybody made it with me growing up being in a dress, and the fact that my prom picture was the last time I actually wore a dress, a dress, formal dress, like, dress. So it was the last time, and growing up, everybody made it such a big deal for me to be in a dress, and for nobody to know where this prom picture was. It just blew my mind. And my AG, she was like, you need to push him for that and see what, what it really is or whatever. So in my mind, we done been through so much over the last few years that has really shown me my father's true colors, right? And I'm not putting him down. It is what it is. He is who he is. At this point, I'm not trying to change him. I'm accepting it for what it is, right? It don't work for me. So I backed off a lot, and what I've come to realize is the piece that I'm going to share with you all today. And basically, I've always been a person to love unconditionally. But now my love has conditions. With all that I've been through my life, these last several years, God has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of the stuff that I've been doing wrong, right? And it's okay to love unconditionally. My one condition, right? My biggest condition right now, because later on it may be other conditions, but my biggest condition right now that my unconditional love has is reciprocity and consideration, right? Because in that move, right, my dad didn't consider me at all. He didn't even call me and be like, hey, do you want to come and get this tote that has your prom dress and maybe your prom picture in it? None of that. Whereas he left a workout bench over my house, and it was taking up space, and I was going to get rid of it, and I got rid of it. I called him multiple times before I actually got rid of it, making sure that he didn't want it again, that he didn't want it back, right? And that was me just considering him. So, hey, he didn't have to buy a new one, which he ended up buying a new bench anyway, which is cool, right? And I don't expect, and I'm learning not to expect everybody from me, right? I have to be accepting and open to who people are. And it's like what Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them the first time. This is me adding on to it. Believe them the first time, because if you don't take it, you're going to end up hurting yourself more in the end if you don't sit back and you don't trust your intuition, you don't trust what you've seen, you don't trust yourself for what you are seeing and taking in, then you're gonna end up hurting yourself a lot more. That's where that resentment and that disappointment comes into play. This is my lessons on my journey that I've been through, and I've been through a lot. Okay, I don't talk about what I've been through. God dang on that. I don't talk about a lot of my stuff that I've been through, but I'm gonna share the lessons for sure. Okay, so this is what I wrote. My love is conditional. That one condition is reciprocity. Otherwise, I release you with love. I realize the love and attention that comes or have came from my mother and father, my perennials, my birth parents, is rooted in need. Because once their needs are met, their love and attention is taken away. It disappears. I'm willing and able to love unconditionally because I don't need anyone for anything. I have all I need within and around me. I choose, I want to have that individual in my life for what they can. Let me read that back. I want to have that individual in my life, not for what they can do, but because of who they are, the value they add to me, the joy that we share, the ability to make me better, and vice versa. And they allow me to be me authentically, imperfectly perfect. And in choosing to place me first and place me first in fulfilling my own needs, I am able to bring the best version of myself to the table, right? The thing that I've learned is my parents, they went through their own stuff growing up, and they have not dealt with that trauma, not in the way and capacity that I am trying to deal with mine, right? I am like learning to set boundaries. I was not taught how to set boundaries. I've learned through all the shit that I've been through in life how to set boundaries, and I'm just now kind of really figuring it out at at the age that I am now. But my parents don't have that skill. They don't have that skill. They're not really working at that skill. But one thing that I've learned is that self-esteem is having the ability to give yourself what you need, right? Instead of looking outside of yourself for somebody else to fulfill that need, right? The whole prom picture, or like going back to my dad's house, because he moved to an apartment now, going back to my dad's house came about because he thought he lost his birth certificate and his social security card, and he was asking me to fulfill that need and helping him figure out how to send off for that, how to get those documents reprinted for him, right? But because he went back to his house and he was able to find those documents, he no longer needed me, right? So because he no longer needed me, he's gone cold. And because he thought that, I don't know what he was thinking, but it seems like because he thought I was being cold, because he had called me about the documents or whatever, about him going back to the house, I guess to let me know that he didn't need me for that. I was asleep, and when I got up, I let him know that. But he's gone cold, and there's no communication. He's not trying to communicate with me at all. And I can show where he's opened my messages and he's read what I've sent him. You know, so that doesn't sit well with me, and I'm not gonna put up with that, because that's something that he's been doing, and it's very immature of him to do, when all I'm trying to do is communicate what's going on now at this point. But yeah, that's that. And then I'm gonna stop this real quick. Alright, so the last thing I want to do is read my affirmation to y'all. It's the third eye affirmation. I know I am connected to my highest self. Let me run it back. I know connection to my highest self allows me access to my intuition and the wisdom of the universe. I see and understand the bigger picture. I express my divine wisdom, for it is truth and displays the connection of life, connection of all life. I embrace my loving soul, for love heals all because it's a high positive vibrational frequency. I can do all things through God, for He strengthens me. I feel myself growing in enlightenment, spiritual connection, and my highest self for my highest good. I am standing in my superpower fully, proudly, and with the utmost confidence.